Hey, what's up, guys? It's been a minute. I wanted to sit down and make this video. I've officially signed a lease for my gym location, and if you're following along, many of you might know that I don't actually move in until June. I signed it at the end of April, and I don't move in until the start of June. So you might think, what are you doing until then? But I'm actually busier than you might think. Signing the lease was the easy part. As soon as I signed it, I realized I have to get my certificate of occupancy. I have to set up gym software, Wi-Fi. How am I going to renovate? Who's going to renovate? How much will it cost? I have to do my advertising and my marketing, get the word out, and of course, a grand opening, soft opening, pricing, schedule, everything. So as soon as I signed the lease, I've actually had more concerns than ever and more things on my mind. So this isn't going to be much of a video. I just want to sit down and kind of hash out for the people that maybe want to open their gym in the future or have been curious about this whole process, what I'm doing right now. So first things first I was thinking about renovation. I'm very lucky in that the space I'm moving into doesn't really need any walls knocked down or put up, any electrical fixtures added, or plumbing. It has 2 bathrooms, which is all I wanted. It has LED lights in the gym space. And although I might put up a few neon lights, it doesn't need anything that requires an additional electrical panel or wires running through the ceiling. So I'm very lucky in that the only renovations I really need to do are painting, flooring, hanging some mirrors. I'm going to build a front desk, and that's pretty much it. So I had to find someone to paint. I actually went to a coworker that knows how to use one of the paint sprayers, because since I have concrete walls, it's easier to use a paint sprayer rather than a large roller, because you can't actually get in between all those cracks on a cement wall. Unless you just use a sprayer, it's so much easier. So I'm going to pay him, obviously it's a good rate because he's a coworker, to use a paint sprayer, and I move in on the 3rd. He comes to paint on the 6th. So we set it up so that I'm going to start trying to tape stuff off immediately, because when you're using a paint sprayer, it gets everywhere. So I have to put stuff down to cover the floor, cover all the windows, the doors, the lights. He offered to do that for me, but it would take a lot longer. I want him to be able to come in and paint in one day and get out. So I offered to tape everything up beforehand. So that's number 1 on the list. Number 2 is I need rubber mats for flooring. I decided that the entire gym floor would be rubberized. I don't think I'm going to leave any cement paths because I like the whole floor to be uniform. We'll see how that plays out. But so basically I ordered 105 4x6 rubber mats. Now I actually went to a few different companies to find these, but it's by Grit Fit. They just opened a warehouse in New Jersey, and the guy actually reached out to me and was like, hey, we saw you on social media and we just opened this warehouse in New Jersey. Come check out our mats. I think we have what you need. We'll offer you a really good price. And we did all that, worked it out, and I just placed my order. Now, I told you guys I'd be super transparent with you. The rubber mats with a discount cost $6,700. That is with a discount. Since I'm shouting them out on social media, he took off some price per mats. And basically he was like, do you want them delivered? Do you want to pick them up? And I was going to pick them up, but each mat weighs 100 pounds. It's like 2 pallets of mats. They were like, depending on what truck you get, the lift gate might not be able to lift 1 pallet. It was just a lot. So I was like, what do you charge for delivery? $700 extra. So in total, I'm paying $7,400 just for flooring. Yeah. But we placed the order. They said they could deliver it the 2nd week of June. So that will come in after the painting's all done. And basically, I'm just laying those out myself with some help from some friends and family. Not too hard to lay out rubber mats. It sounds like a lot, but I've done it before. 3rd thing is mirrors, right? I bought some mirrors from Facebook Marketplace. They're 5x4, so they're not the largest mirrors, but really all I want is some mirrors in front of the dumbbell section. I'm not too picky about mirroring the entire thing. So the only problem is that I have this vision in my head for backlit mirrors In order to do that, you have to build a wooden frame behind the mirrors, put panels up, and then glue the mirrors to the wooden panels so that you can put the LED lights behind it. That adds like 4 extra steps in hanging the mirrors, but I really want it to work. So I've been blueprinting out how to like make these panels, what wood we need, when I have to measure it, like cut it, glue it, and what LEDs to put behind them. So I've been pricing all that out. We'll see what it actually comes out to if everything goes to plan. And of course, I'm gonna need someone to help me do all that stuff because I can't just hang a mirror by myself. So I know it would be easier to just hang some mirrors on a wall, but it's kind of about the vision that I see in my gym. And I think putting in the time and effort to make them backlit and super cool and super aesthetic will pay off in the long run. So I'm gonna try my best to do that. So that's the third thing. And then of course, I gotta move in all the equipment. So I have equipment stored in 4 different spots right now. I have a storage unit, my friend's garage, my garage and basement and shed, and 2 pieces are leased out to another gym, which I have to pick up from them. So I haven't decided how I'm doing the move-in yet. If I'm moving it like a few days at a time, like 1 location each day, or if we're gonna try to hit every location one day with 1 big truck and just go back and forth a bunch of times, spend 1 whole day picking up equipment. These are the thoughts that I need to work out. Another thing, right, of course, is layout. So I actually just started working on the layout today. I literally cut out a bunch of tiny pieces to represent each piece of equipment, obviously measured to scale. And I've been moving them around on a sheet of paper I have, which is the layout of the gym, to try to figure out what would look best for walking and for lifting, design purposes. That's a small part of it. That's one of the more fun parts, right? You get to see, okay, where do I actually want these pieces? I've been enjoying the layout side of things, but that is probably like the most minute part of all of it. A bigger part of it behind the scenes is stuff like signage and my C of O, which is certificate of occupancy. Every business needs one to be in business. You cannot open without one. You have to go to your municipality building, find your zoning officer, get an application, like talk to him, get an application, and then fill it out, apply for him to come out and survey your stuff. You just get the fire department to check all your exits and fire extinguishers. You also have to tell the police department that you're like in business and notify them if you have any alarm systems set up or not. Things I didn't realize that you had to do. You know, obviously I'm learning as I go still. My zoning officer was reluctant to give me any information, which was annoying. So we'll see how that goes. And then signage. My signage lady has been amazing. Shout out to Flemington Signs in New Jersey. It's a small local business, but she has been in constant communication with me about everything. She helped me fill out the sign application permit, or the sign permit application, because you can't just put up signage. Even that needs a permit. So they need all the dimensions and stuff of the sign, which I don't have. She had, so I forwarded to her. She filled out the whole thing. They've been amazing. And so the sign permit application will be submitted the same time as my CO application is. And then the district will tell me, you have a permit to go ahead with your sign. And then someone will come out to survey my property to get my CVO. So that's just been some behind the scenes stuff that I've been working on. Of course, I've been trying to keep up with my social media, word of mouth stuff, because marketing and advertising is really important now. I haven't paid for any advertisements or marketing yet. Right now, I'm just keeping it what I can manage. I make my own posts and my own reels. I just post those. So far, that's taken off really well. I don't know what the conversion from like views on social media to day passes to actual members will be. That's going to be something I have to work out when I'm closer to the opening date. But as of right now, I'm happy with the social media growth. So I'm just going to keep it consistent on there, let that take off. Yeah, you guys probably have way more questions. I'm probably leaving stuff out. So you can let me know any more questions that you have or what you want to see. Once I move in, which will be the next video for sure, I'm going to have more content posted. I'm gonna have things that I'm doing every single day. I'm going to try to keep you guys as updated as possible. So stick around to see me move into the building, start my build out, my renovations, get my C of O, signage, everything I just talked about. Thank you guys so much. As always, follow along.